Yo, what's going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back for another OPTC video. In today's video, we're diving into PKA 200 plus, breaking the damage cap with the big damage, lots of stall-based team to take down. Look, it's up to you guys if you guys want to go past 200. So with PKA, obviously, like most of the rewards end at level 200, and for myself, I'm always an advocate of sort of trying to no-stall it, get to level 200, beat level 200, and then just move on to the next PK. But I know a lot of you cool cats out of there like to do lots of damage, and obviously with the damage cap being increased and removed, however you want to put it, you can do some pretty fun stuff over in PK. Remember that the HP scaling of PK, once you hit like 250, you are cracking the 1 trillion mark. So if you guys want to do that, hopefully this team will help you out. We're not using any of the new batch characters at all. We're not using any Frankies. We're not using any Brooks. Nothing like that to take down this particular quest, but we are going to be stalling quite a lot. And again, this is not really my gameplay, like it's not really my game style, but like I said, I know a lot of you guys like to do that, so if you guys want to try this out and you guys do level 250 plus where the trillion kicks in, let me know what the damage numbers look like in the comment section below, but we'll fast forward to the end. Alright, so here we go. I managed to pick up a Zora along the way. These are my bonuses. Obviously, you're going to pick up a lot of them if you guys are playing PKA every single day. They're not really essential, but they definitely help out. As for the team, it looks like this. We have the usual culprits. Verse Luffy, Verse Shanks, Zora Sanji, Orin Yamato, and then the new Anniversary Nami. Obviously, a lot of Anniversary exclusives on this particular team, and then we're using Rush Ace as our friend captain. For the supports, all the supports are really just stat sticks. You can do some fun stuff with like Ace on Luffy if you guys want to change the order of your Zora Sanji. And with the Vivi support, she's basically just color affinity. So anyone that's going to give you some sort of color affinity for your free spirits is going to be the way for this. So this is what we're rocking. Again, we're using Ace as a friend captain. No Frankie, no Brook, no shenanigans. Just the usual free spirit slash team. Let's dive on in. Now, as I mentioned, we are going to be stalling quite a lot for this particular quest, because when it comes to big damage, you don't really want to be dealing with debuffs on stage 3 and stage 4. And ideally, if you can just stall through them, it is actually going to help you out just immensely. So what we're going to do here is basically we're just going to kill the first 2 stages super quick. We don't really have any reason to hang around on these stages, because we are going to be getting our cooldowns on turn 3 and turn 4 when we stall out stuff like the Despair, the Threshold, the Attack Down, basically all the shenanigans that Luchi and Kizaru throw at us. Talking about Luchi though, once we get to the Luchi stage, he's actually going to special reverse your middle row and then blow away your bottom row. Now, obviously with Ace, we can bypass the special reverse. Another really good upside to having Ace as a friend captain. He just allows us to just not have to worry about that. And then on this Luchi stage, we are basically going to use him to just stall out or the blowaway, and we're going to use him to stall out for our specials. Everyone gets 50% cooldowns on this team, bar the Shanks and Nami down the bottom there, who actually get blown away. But like, you do so much stalling with this particular quest that it's really not that problematic. As you can see, Luchi puts up a barrier. He has resilience as well, so he just allows you to stall on this particular turn a lot. Plus, he paralyzes you, so like you're not actually doing damage. But obviously, the downside to the paralysis kicking in is you can't really bring some supports to help out with dealing with the stage earlier. But with Luchi, basically, once the resilience goes away, once the barrier goes away, and the remove sound effects goes away, we're pretty much going to be in a good spot to kill him. So on the next turn, we can pretty much take him out. You can just tap through the barrier as well. You don't really need to hang around there. But all the damage that Luchi's doing is actually helping us in the long run as well, because when we move into the final stage, we actually want to be, what's it called? We want to be at lower than 50% HP. So just taking all this damage actually helps out quite a lot. Moving into the Kizaru stage now, he actually despairs us, which means we lose a little bit more HP. He also gives us stun and attack down. He has threshold too, so we're going to stall out the Despair. We're going to stall out the threshold, so that way we can move into the final stage without any of these debuffs. He also gives us a special bind, which can be a little bit annoying, but it's not the end of the world, because again, we are basically just stalling everything out anyway. He gives us tap timing, special limit, and healing converted to damage. So again, just not a problem, because we are stalling as long as we can here. Not only to bypass all these effects, but again, we do want to be below 50% HP. Once the Despair goes away, our HP pool is going to go back up to like 180,000. So at this point, we're actually already below the 50%. He's doing around 7,000 damage every single turn, plus we are taking 2,000 damage from our auto heal and our ship, which means that, again, we're just sitting at a low threshold. Once the what's it called? Once you get down to 1 turn on these debuffs, you can basically move on. We're going to use the Luffy special and the verse effect of Luffy, because when we move into the final stage, we actually don't have access to our Luffy. He actually gets silenced, so all his abilities basically just become worthless. But using his special here allows us to get a free spirit territory for 3 turns. So that way we have this moving into the final stage. On the final stage against Kizaru, he has damage nullification. He puts up damage reduction. If you're above 50% HP, he does a whole bunch of extra nasty stuff, but he gives you burn and he gives you blind, and that's why we have Luffy as our captain. So we can just bypass this nice and easy. Snake support there. She's literally just a little bit of extra damage. Not that it's super needed, but it does help out our quick dex and strength characters. First of all, we're going to use the Zoro Sanji special. That makes everyone into free spirit and slashes. And once everyone's a free spirit slasher, you know what that means. We can do some cheeky shenanigans with our Shanks and with our Luffy being now captain. Yeah, captain slasher, so that way Nami applies the very, very big weakness effect. We can use Shanks for the territory and double stacking conditional buff against the weakness ability. Nami also gives us base stats. Her versatility allows us to get a little bit of resistance off, plus she gets a little bit of cooldown there as well. We can use the special of Yamato now that we have a full free spirit team to get a nice attack boost, as well as an overrideable orb buff, which is very, very good for our boy Ace. He's going to override that orb buff and then give us that second conditional against burn. The orb buff being a massive 4x orb boost, and then he also increases that color affinity. His EX and his special also give cooldowns for Nami, so then that way Nami can get her special off once again, and Nami gives you a full body tandem slots, as well as applying the increased damage taken. So with this, you have some resistance, weakness, increased damage taken, 2 conditional buffs, attack boost, base stats, orb boost, chain multiplicative, chain boost, damage reduction that is converted to like an attack buff, and you have the super type buff plus color affinity. So with this, like, you literally have everything under the sun. We're going to rush with Ace, move into Zoro Sanji, then hit with Yamato, Nami, Shanks, and then final attack with Luffy, which should do like just a shit ton of damage. Remember though, you are going to lose a lot of HP with the rush, but because Yamato gives you damage reduction, you should be able to tank the death shot. It's around 12,000, the death shot, so you should be okay, but just be mindful with your rush taps that you don't want to drop below that. Plus, the end of turn healing from Yamato actually gives you back like 12,000 HP, so you should be in a pretty good spot with that. So let's go. Here we go. Beautiful stuff. Rushing with Ace. Again, you can cut it off early like this, and then that way you don't have to worry about being at too low HP. But as you can see there, like, it's just the damage is quite large, and then again, you don't even take 12,000 with the death shot. So again, you could probably just do like a whole bunch of rush shots with Ace, and then just rely on to that healing from Yamato and your sockets and whatnot, just to get a lot of healing up. But again, if you guys try this team, let me know in the comment section below what the damage looks like. It should definitely crack 1 trillion. I don't really see that being too many issues. I feel like once you get round to like the really high HP, once Nami hits, she's going to hit really, really hard, and then obviously the final tap of Luffy is just going to give you double damage from all your free spirits, so you should do some fun stuff there. But like I said, let me know what it looks like in the comment section below. While you're down there, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, do that good stuff. Most importantly, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.